тебя только одна рука, только одна рука!
So my name is Megan. I'm 20 years old and I live in a village in the Netherlands. So when I was little, I was a really girly girl. I practiced ballet and gymnastics, and I really loved that. So I started boxing when I was around 12 years old. So yeah, like I said, I was a really girly girl, but I felt that I really wanted to physically challenge myself. And my dad was a boxer as well when he was young. So he was like, yeah, if you want a physical challenge, you should try boxing. That's really hard. And at first I was like, I don't know. And I tried. And ever since then, I fell in love with the sport. My father was a boxer when he was younger, and he did a few bouts. Eventually, like, of course, he loved the sport. When we were little also, when every time after dinner in the kitchen, we would just play fight. And I was in my little princess dress, and then he would be like, okay, hands up, and then 1, 2, 1, 2. So ever since I was little, he already like practiced boxing with me, but just in a playful way. And also he didn't push it on me either. Like, he just saw that I fell in love with the sport as well, and that we could really like share this passion together. So yeah, that's nice. Okay, so for preparation, I actually have like very simple preparation. Like, I do train hard. I train twice a day. I also have to go to work, and I also study law at home. Okay, hello. So this is the garage. So this is actually the storage of my parents with their work, and it's also my home gym. So yeah, as you can see, it's really crowded with lots of stuff. Here we also have an old car my dad is working on with my brother just for fun. So yeah, like, this is the actually my training area. So oftentimes when I need more space, my dad will drive the working machines outside, and then I have a little bit more space. Right there is my love, actually. That's that's my boxing bag. I have spent hours here. I'm actually like every day I'm here. Like, sometimes I'm on the back. It depends on like the training day. But this is my love. Upstairs I have my cardio. As a lot of boxers probably know, you have to lose some weight very often, and I do that with cardio. So every morning before work, I'm on the bike for like 1.5 hours. Sometimes I also go for a run, but it's the Netherlands and you have lots of rain here. So often I choose to stay dry. Lots of stuff here for training. This is it's an old bike. It's just old, but it's still working. So yeah, I use this. Also spending a good amount of hours on this. As you can see here, this is like my pull-up bar, also with an elastic band. So, you know, when you can't do any more pull-ups, you still want to trigger the muscles. So then I will use the band. So yeah, actually, this is like where I spend most of my training hours, just in this garage. Yeah. That's about it, actually. It's just, yeah, not that special. But I think like that's also the beauty of boxing, that a lot of times it's just not beautiful. So So a lot of things are just at home. So my training is also at home, and then I will go to work. I work in a gym, and I also help out on the farm with my animals because oftentimes my parents are away for work, and then I'll just take care of the animals at home. Okay, so alpacas don't really like to get touched often, but this one is sweet. She accepts it. But yeah, normally they live in the wild. They don't really see people. I don't think they're really smart animals, but they are cute. And yeah, like I said, my studying is also at home, so I do that also by myself. And then, yeah, training again, also by myself. So everything is just by myself. You do have to have lots of discipline for it, and but I have a goal, and it's a very beautiful goal, and I'm very passionate about it. And of course, my parents support me, and that's also like one of the biggest like motivators, and I just feel very like loved and supported by them. And of course by my dad, because everything I do is like together with my dad. I travel together with him, and he's by my side at the ring, and also at home he's by my side. Sometimes like we train together, he's helping me out. So yeah, well, of course, like the difficult period was right before the first women's world championships I competed in, like in India. Because yeah, in the national team there was like I would say like a unhealthy sports culture, and I spoke up about it. And because I did, they kicked me out of the national team. And for me, like my dream was to compete at the world championships. And yeah, there was no chance anymore for me because I was kicked out of the national team. And at that time, I really didn't know what to do. But yeah, there was like the open invite of the Women's World Championships. So I could join and I could go. And yeah, of course, it was also against like the boycott that was from the Netherlands. So it was a really turbulent time for me. Yeah, because also like with the media in the Netherlands, nobody really knew the full story. So they will just write anything. So that was like difficult because I really didn't know also if it was the last time I would compete. So when I was at the World Championships in India, I knew that every bout I did could be like the last one that I did. So when I didn't make it like through the second bout, me and my dad were like, okay, well, this is it. I competed here, but I really didn't know anything further. But yeah, luckily the IBA was there helping me, guiding me through this, and taking care of me ever since then. So yeah, actually like it was really like the hardest time, but because of that, other doors were opened and other opportunities came on my path. So yeah, that was actually something in the end. I'm glad it happened the way it did, because otherwise I wouldn't have experienced all the beautiful things I did now. IBA really created for me opportunities to keep on developing myself, and especially like with the Women's World Boxing Championships in India, they allowed me to compete as an individual. And normally if the IBA didn't allow me to compete there, my career actually would be over. And also they of course supported me with the money, because it's impossible for like an athlete to be able to afford all of this by yourselves. It's you just can't. actually. So yeah, the IBA is helping me to be able to still continue yeah, to box. Actually, that's it. And yeah, like I'm very proud that I can when every national team is wearing their flag, I'm actually very proud uh to hold the IPA flag, because they are the ones actually supporting me. Because I could walk with my national flag, but I wouldn't feel proud because they were not there for me when I needed to. So for me, that's just the most important thing. And also with the Olympics, like this year, the national team, they did ask me to come and join and to see what the yeah, to go to the qualifiers, but that would mean that I would have to leave the IBA. But yeah, as I said, for me, like, the support is just so important, and that they were there for me. And yeah, for me, loyalty is also yeah, something I just believe in, and for me that's also important. So yeah, that's why I just choose to stay with the IBA. And even though that meant that I couldn't go to the qualifiers, for me it's much more worth to have like an organization I can build on and I can trust, and I know that they would be there for me and also have been there for me a lot of times before. So for me that's more worth than anything, actually. So yeah, that's yeah, that's it. They did a lot for me. And yeah, I'm just really, really grateful for the opportunities that I've got, and that I can still just develop myself. And yeah, it makes me feel like really, yeah, just grateful. Yeah. Yeah, no, I really do feel like it's so important that the IBA supports individuals like me, because yeah, without these individuals, you don't have a sport. You can't have a number one if you don't have a number two, for example. So you do need to support every athlete. And yeah, just like other athletes, they will learn from each other. You have to have someone to compete against also. And yeah, like for me, I can keep on developing, keep on practicing this sport. But yeah, without the IBA, I wouldn't have been able to do anything anymore. Yeah, for me, I would just have to choose another path and just sports, because I like it in my free time besides work. But right now I'm just fully committed to the sport, and every day it's all about boxing, and I love that I'm able to do so. So yeah.